The Chrysler Bravado Banshee, aka the Dodge Viper GTS, is Chrysler's take on creating a psychotic sports car. I mean, we cannot have a video about the Dodge Viper without bringing up the clip. It's pretty much mandatory. When you think of an American sports car, of course the Corvette or Shelby Cobra would come to mind, but the most iconic one out of all of them, the Dodge Viper. Chrysler's take on competing against the Corvette is a deadly 8-liter V10 monster that wants to kill whoever drives it. And the Viper's origin story is pretty interesting. Well, to try to make the long story short, America dealt with the oil crisis, and American car manufacturers went from making cool muscle cars to whatever the hell this is supposed to be, and slowly evolved to making boring, unreliable cars with the sole purpose of making cheap profit, overrun by the future's demand of slow, boring cars. And the American performance car was solely a figure of the past now. And that's where you're wrong, because Chrysler and Dodge in the late 1980s had a very bold idea on getting the American sports car back on the streets. Yeah, Chevy was getting ready to have the 4th generation Corvette out on the market, but Chrysler had better plans. So the Dodge brothers got together to discuss plans of their new sports car. So John, get this. We've been making nothing but boring-ass K cars for quite a while now. Why not we get back to creating whack-ass cars like it's the 70s again? I mean, we do own Lamborghini, so why not we give the Dodge name a little bit of glam? What do you say to that? But we already got sports cars. I mean, we got a rebadged Mitsubishi on our lineup. What's wrong with that? John, I'll take it from here, you dumbass. And so the Dodge brothers created a special team called Team Viper, and it's a small group of outlaw, rule-breaking engineers with no borders. And Team Viper consists of nothing but the finest, like Roy Schoberg, Tom Gale, Chris Theodore, Bob Lutz, Herb Helbig, and Carroll fucking Shelby, along with 85 different engineers to develop Dodge's sports car. And after some time developing, they unveiled their prototype at the 1989 Detroit Auto Show, giving the name to the car the Dodge Viper RT10. And the whole world stopped in pure awe. And then in 1991, the Viper went into production and immediately tore up the streets. Then in 1996, the second iteration of the Viper, aka the GTS, was introduced to the world. And this is the car that we're going to be talking about. So the Viper GTS is a rear-wheel drive, 2-door coupe fitted with a massive, giant-ass 8-liter push-rod V10 engine that spits out 450 horsepower with 490 pounds of torque, and the transmission being a 6-speed manual. The Viper is where practicality, fuel efficiency, and public mannerisms go to die. It's loud, fast, impractical, and wants to kill their drivers. And in the words of the legendary Jeremy Clarkson,
"You don't drive this car, you just hang on. It's like riding an atom bomb."
Yes. But comparing the RT10 to the GTS, the RT10 has no anti-lock brakes, no traction or stability control, no airbags, no air conditioning, no power windows, and no roof. Whereas the GTS model was made to be more of a regular production car, where it does have air conditioning, power windows, and airbags. Still no traction nor anti-lock brakes, but also includes a CD player for your banging tunes. And the GTS even has a ton of trunk space for all your groceries and shit. See, look at that. Big enough to stuff someone in there. And even has adjustable pedals, so you can move them forward or backwards for your personal convenience. Now, what's the stats on the Viper GTS? Well, the car can do 0 to 60 in 4.1 seconds, topping out at 177 miles an hour, and can do a quarter mile at a time in 12.6 seconds. So this car isn't that practical nor safe in any capacity. So obviously, motorsports would be a good avenue for the Viper, right? Of course! thus introducing the Viper GTS R. It's the souped up, race-ready version of the Viper, fitted with all the race car-like parts, like a roll cage, spoiler, lightweight rims, rear diffuser, and all that fancy bullshit, and made its entry in the IMSA GT Championship, the 24 Hours of Daytona, 12 Hours of Sebring, and the 24 Hours of Le Mans, and even appeared in the GT 500 class in the Japanese Grand Touring Car Championships. And the Viper GTS has its fictional counterpart known as the Bravado Banshee in the Grand Theft Auto games. And Rockstar and West Coast Customs went all out on creating a real-life Bravado Banshee using a Dodge Viper as their foundation. Yes, I'm well aware that a different generation of Viper was used for this car, but still, pretty cool to mention, I suppose. And even made its way into an episode of Better Call Saul. That's pretty cool. But going back to the Viper, it's definitely one of the most iconic cars ever for motoring enthusiasts. A true car that gives out emotion to whoever sees this behemoth of a machine. In the words of Bob Lutz on creating the Viper, he wanted to build a car where half of the people will love it and the other half will fucking despise it.
You need to leave! It's disgusting.
This is definitely not the car for people that dislike cool things and don't appreciate car culture. But did you also know that the Viper is also dog approved? Well, let me show you.
Hey, Ryder. Viper. You want to dodge Viper? Alright, let's go.